Today I would like to start with some very powerful words from Jesus. Whoever gives only a cup of cold water to one of these little ones to drink because the little one is a disciple, amen, I say to you, he will surely not lose his reward. Thank you for joining me. In this reflection on, this time it's on kindness and generosity. Perhaps you remember a movie that was shown for the first time 20 years ago, the millennium year. And it had the title, Pay It Forward. Pay It Forward. And the whole idea of this movie is never to expect or accept payment for an act of kindness. Instead, an act of kindness gives that person the opportunity to tell a recipient to pay it forward. In other words, to do an act of kindness for two other people. And those two would then ask two other people to do the same thing. And it would just keep snowballing. It's a wonderful, caring show of love and concern. This imaginative idea, it's about doing random acts of kindness. What a wonderful idea to bring kindness into our dealings with others instead of just business. But Jesus said that stopped short of what he wanted of his disciples. He insisted that his disciples had to love one another. So, for disciples of Jesus, practicing kindness was not an option. Rather, it was a command. It was meant to become second nature to them. They were to offer acts of love and kindness to people they didn't even know. This was not something they did when they felt like it. It is the mark of a disciple. What we are really doing when we show kindness to others is showing the world who Jesus is, alive and well in us. We are often told that we live in an uncaring world. It's pretty hard to argue with that. For some people, life is like a daily crucifixion. They never get off the cross. All they ever experience is abuse and rejection. Unless we make kindness a way of life, we may never experience how our acts of kindness could and very often do make a huge difference in someone's life. And perhaps it may be the only sign that there is someone who loves them. We cannot afford to forget what Jesus said about the final judgment day. I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. Sick, and you visited me. Inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of my brothers and sisters, you did it to me. No act of kindness goes unnoticed by God. And that I find very reassuring. I'd like to close with a delightful story about Saint Martin of Tours. He was a Roman soldier, and he was also a Christian. One cold winter day, as he was entering a city, a beggar stopped him and asked for alms. Martin had no money, but the beggar was shivering with the cold. So Martin took off his soldier's cloak, worn and frayed as it was. He cut it in two and gave half of it to the beggar. That night, Martin had a dream. He had a vision of many heavenly places and all the angels and Jesus in the midst of them. Jesus was wearing half a Roman soldier's cloak. One of the angels said to him, "Master, why are you wearing that battered old cloak? Who gave it to you?" And Jesus answered softly, "My servant Martin gave it to me." God bless you and your loved ones.